Let's explore the benefits you can gain by incorporating core strengthening exercises into your routine. Focusing on your trunk muscles is a smart idea because with every passing decade, your average adult loses core strength. In fact, studies show this strength decline starts as early as our 30s. While the changes in the body may not be noticeable when we're younger, a gradual change occurs in how we coordinate our movement patterns. And this is reflected in how we lift, reach, bend, and turn our bodies each day. Regardless of the physical demands of your daily life, a strong core is foundational for many reasons. Before we address benefits, let's define the core. Altogether, you have around 30 pairs of muscles that stabilize your spine and your pelvis. While core definitions vary, with some including even more muscles, the main components of the core can be thought of like a box around the center of your body. On the front side of the box, major core muscles include your abdominal muscles, and the sides include your obliques. The back includes all muscles along your spine, and by some definitions, your core also involves muscles that attach to the pelvis, including your glutes. The top of the box has an important core muscle, such as the diaphragm, and then the bottom of your box includes the pelvic floor muscles. Now that forms a bowl of muscle that surrounds and supports your bladder and your bowels. Wrapping all the way around that box is the transverse abdominal muscle, and all of these muscles must work together to provide the appropriate support every time your body moves. Of course, the most important reason to keep your core strong is support all those daily movements so you can enjoy pain-free activities for as long as possible. But we can identify 3 specific advantages in the following categories. First, a strong core is essential for dynamic stability. This is how we maintain balance as we move, adjusting in ways that keep our center of mass balanced over our base of support. And when we do not have a well-trained core, there's more stress that's placed on the joints, including the ankle, the knee, and the hip. And this may be why researchers find advantages for reducing knee injury risk when the core is strong. As noted in the American Journal of Sports Medicine, the knees and the hips experience safer positions in those who train their core. That reduces their injury risk at those specific joints. And as the authors state, while the core muscles do not cross the knee joint, core stability can modulate the lower extremity alignment and loads that are experienced during dynamic tasks. This means that as you move, a stronger core helps you achieve positions that reduce that joint stress. And this happens because core strength is a trainable skill that can ultimately spare your other joints from the high forces that could cause injury. We also see that those with lower back pain can ease their symptoms by building up their core strength and their stability. This helps to remove the fear of movement, and the results are a much more precise body positioning pattern, which ultimately helps us move and feel better. Of course, there's more to core training than just reducing injury risk and easing lower back pain, as many out there are curious about the athletic advantages. The second core strengthening advantage is all about the ability to transmit power from your lower body to your upper body. Core training helps you create the core stiffness necessary for any movement where the power is coming from your legs. And I realize that the term stiffness may sound like a bad thing. After all, stiff knees or a stiff lower back, those tend to be common features of aging. And they also result from inflammation or arthritis. But when I mention core stiffness here, I am talking about the results of coordinated muscle contractions, not from inflammation at all. Core stiffness reflects your ability to coordinate the trunk muscles, contracting them in a way that resists movement so that the power generated in your legs is reliably conveyed to your upper body. And perhaps that's why major reviews on this topic find athletic advantages for those who train their core. And based on this research, the experts confirm that core training could improve some skill performance for things like football, handball, basketball, swimming, dancing, karate, Muay Thai, gymnastics, volleyball, badminton, and golf players. Any sport that involves a movement pattern where the forces are starting in the lower body. And last but not least, the third major benefit from core training is posture support and healthier aging. When it comes to posture, we know the spinal curves tend to become more exaggerated with aging, but it's actually the loss of core muscle that leads to those exaggerated curves. And if we maintain a stronger core, we can resist spinal changes as we age. And related to this is shoulder rounding. And this rounding forward happens at any age due to slouching. And core strength can help rescue us from this rounded position by aligning the pelvis and the shoulders in a way that reduces neck, shoulder, and back strain. Also, the base of your core is important because it is maintaining healthy aging when it comes to the bladder and bowel functions. Improving your pelvic floor structure is going to impact your bathroom habits and your sexual function. And this is especially important for those who have core strength compromised by things like injury, surgery, pregnancy, or just as a result of advanced age. With the advantages of better dynamic stability in everyday life, better athletic performance, and avoiding those age-related declines, you may be asking what really works when it comes to targeting the core. And studies show that within 2 to 4 weeks of core training, you will begin to notice strength improvements and gain more stability. So one of the most classic movements is a crunch. This is similar to the first move that you initiate when you get up from laying down.
1, let's get it. Full sit-up position. Back is flat. Slowly lower on the way back down. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good.
This movement is repeated over time in order to give you that mild burning sensation, and that's in your six-pack region, right? That's reflecting that those are the muscles that are sending the strongest signals that will help them adapt and gain strength. Other options that target core strength include prone positions where your belly's facing the floor. And you can use gravity here as well as part of your resistance pattern so that you can target those core muscles. Though be sure to focus on pelvic alignment for these prone exercises as well.
Adding a balance challenge with the shoulder tap. I want you to feel yourself hug your core in. Avoid opening up your hips to the side. That loses core engagement. You can always widen your stance in your lower body. The wider your feet or knees, the more stability you'll have.
A way to notice your pelvic alignment is to start from all fours and find your neutral spine. This is a posture where your lower back is in between the extension position, like that seen in cat pose, and the flexion position, like the cow pose. The neutral spine describes this well-supported position where you're slightly activated on both the front and the back side of your torso.
So you're gonna arch your spine, eyes gaze forward, lifting that tailbone up to the sky. And on your exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, pelvis tucks under. Again, inhale and exhale.
As with the ab targeting approach of crunches, many prone variations and progressions are possible. One of my favorites is to challenge torso stability by moving your limbs off the mat. You can start with just one arm, for example, and progress to one arm and one leg, as shown in the bird dog pose.
Really lengthen your body, energy reaching through your fingers and your toes, feeling that internal resistance that you're building. Finding that heat in your core as you wake things up.
I like doing Russian twists with just body weight because it really makes us focus on bringing our shoulders from one side of the room to the other.
Now, we briefly explored some of the benefits to adding a twist for activating those side muscles of the torso, mainly those obliques. But you can also use side positions to target your sides as well. Here we see some options where the torso is being challenged to maintain a neutral spine.
Full plank. You gotta keep holding. 10 seconds to go. Stay with me.
And finally, you should know that a wide variety of functional movements also strengthen the core. So any total body workout can help you improve your core stability and strength. This is especially true for squatting movements that require your torso to lean forward as you descend. Also, any free weight exercises where your core is working harder to maintain that neutral position as you coordinate your limbs. It can be challenging to come up with the exact exercises or maintain that motivation to target the core on your own. And that's why Trio includes an array of videos of different types and durations to fit your preferences and your schedule. The core is central to producing power, so many of our fitness videos offer efficient ways to target this important muscle group. And in summary, we've explored the importance of the core and why it is foundational to your ability to stabilize dynamic movements, to be powerful as you stiffen the core for athletic movements, and to support healthy and pain-free postures, as well as support your bowel and bladder function as you age. With Trio's whole person platform, you gain access to hundreds of options to guide your progress on creating a strong and stable core. And members can check out the options for those fitness content at any time from the homepage. If you're not yet a member, bring Trio to your team by scheduling a free consultation with us at triowellness.com.